Contemplating a project management course and you're not too sure what you need to look for? Well, fear not, because in this video, I'm going to share with you the key factors you need to be aware of when picking a project management course that is right for you. To help you to know what to look for in a project management course, my team and I went through project management courses at a high level so we could take a look at the similarities, the differences, the pros and cons, so that we can give you the key factors that you need to be aware of before you invest in this amazing skill set. Is it practical versus overly theoretical? There are a lot of project management courses out there that have a lot of theory, and I call that AKA fluff. So you really have to be careful with this. Personally, I really like the practical approach to projects because it gives you what you need. The key here is to determine whichever course you take, practical or theory, actually takes you through all the stages of a project, from initial idea and concept all the way to the close of the project when you are handing it off to the end user. Does it have tons of templates? Templates are gold, and let's be honest, templates are gold no matter where you are in your project management career. I still, as a longtime consultant doing project management, still use templates. Why? Because they're helpful, and the key is to find a course that gives you templates throughout every stage of the project, because there's a lot going on, and if you don't have to reinvent the wheel, don't, because I promise you, you're going to be busy on other things. Reputation. When reviewing a course, really understand who the teacher is and their reputation. Do they actually have experience in project management? Have they been doing it for a long time? And do they have experience throughout different industries and fields? Not only that, you also want to see what students are saying about the course. So understanding what those reviews are saying along with the reputation of the teacher is really important to ensure that you're getting the right course for you. How long does it take to complete the course? This is going to be dependent upon you and your needs. And what I mean by that is, are you looking to get a promotion? Are you trying to nail an interview? So how quickly do you need to go through the course material? Do you have the ability to go through the course very quickly, like under a week, because the way it's structured? Or are you forced to do it in a much longer time frame because, again, how the course is structured and wants you to execute on those activities? So it's something to really contemplate. How is it delivered? Is it self-directed and self-paced, or is it structured? So do you have to follow the guidelines that they give you, or can you do it whenever you have the availability and time? That's going to be really important if you're combining your learning while working. Other things to consider too is the type of format it comes in. Is it video? Is it reading material? Is it text, etc.? All of those things that you have to be considerate of. That's going to help you with how you're going to learn. Other considerations too is, are there quizzes to reinforce your learnings? And is there a final exam to do an overview of everything you learned so that you can actually remember and start applying it to the projects that you're going to be working on? Credentials or certificates. So are you getting a course completion certificate at the end of the course that you're going to be taking, or are you getting an actual credential? This is going to be important depending on the type of progression you want to make. So if you're looking to progress in your career, you really ought to consider a credential. Not only that, it's great to put on your LinkedIn profile along with your resume. Are assignments part of your online course? In one of the courses we reviewed, there actually were a lot of assignments given to those who were learning. Now, they were also being reviewed by peers with feedback. Now, for me personally, I don't like that approach because I don't want to get feedback from peers who are learning as well. I'd rather have a professional give me that feedback. So that's something to consider is, are there assignments and who's actually reviewing them? What kind of access will you have to the course? So are you going to be able to go back to the course whenever you need to as you're studying and learning? Or is it that once you're done a lesson, that's it, you're unable to go back? Some courses are one and done. And what I mean by that is, after you're done your learning period, whether that it's over a 6-month period of time and you're done and your subscription ends, guess what? You don't have access anymore because it's a paid through subscription that gives you that access. Now, there's other courses too that have a one-time payment but lifetime access. That's something I personally really like because I want to be able to go back to that resource down the road as I'm working on projects, and I want to start using that project management learning that I've gotten from the course to go back to reinforce my learnings as I'm actually doing projects. So something to really consider is the type of access you're going to get. What are other features as well that the course provides? So these are things that go outside of your content and your templates. So one thing to consider is, are there community groups that you can join as you're learning and still have access to once you're done the course? And the other thing to consider too is there professional assistance? So can you actually do really in-depth questions and answers with a professional who's going to really give you some excellent feedback, probably very specific to a scenario that you may have. So these are other things that you want to also consider too. Before we get to the next point, I just want to ask, have you watched my free webinar yet? If you're considering getting into project management, this is the perfect starting point. In just 30 minutes, you're going to get the 5 critical things that you need to consider when starting off a project. I'm going to have a link for you below this video. The last thing to consider when picking your project management course is your own goals. So what are you trying to achieve here? Are you looking for initial knowledge? Are you looking to progress in your career? Are you looking for some immediate help? So understanding that is going to be very fundamental to picking the course that's going to be right for you, because ultimately you're the one doing this course. You're the one who is learning the knowledge, and you want to make sure that it resonates. Now, you won't be surprised to learn if you watched any of my other project management videos that my Slay Project Management online course actually ticks off a lot of these boxes. It's practical. It only gives you what you need that you can apply in the real working world. It has templates galore, giving you every template you need at every stage of the project, so you don't have to think about it or reinvent the wheel. And more importantly, it also gives you email templates so you know how to communicate with different stakeholders within a project. It's a self-paced course with lifetime access, so you can revisit it as many times as you need. And even more importantly, the way it's structured in a framework of a project. So you don't have to go jumping around trying to find what you need, because it is in the proper sequential order so that you can get your information and get reacquainted with what you learned the first time. The course content is presented in videos and reading format, along with tons of downloads. And you can actually complete this course, depending on your timing, between 1 to 6 weeks. It has quizzes to reinforce the learnings and an exam at the end, which when you pass, you will get your Project Management Specialist micro-credential. And guess what? No assignments. Plus, we have an online private community for all students that they can access immediately and continue to lifetime, so that they can get support from like-minded individuals. And last, if you need additional professional guidance, you have the option of upgrading to our Pro program, which gives you access to weekly group coaching calls with me to give you in-depth information and guidance on your real-life projects. If you're wondering where a project management career can take you, well then watch this video next. Watch it. Next. If you have any comments on another video suggestion that you would like to see, please put in the comments below. Cheers.